Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be the intro that I use to film my entire makeup collection, okay? So this is going to take a lot of work on my part, so I hope you appreciate it. But basically what I'm going to do is film all of my makeup collection in parts. I think there's going to be probably about 10 videos that go up. I'm not sure if I'm going to put them all up in like a span of like 2 weeks, or if I'm going to put them up like one at a time, but by the time you're seeing this video you will have figured that out. I am going to be recycling this same intro for all of the parts simply because there's a couple of disclaimers that I want to put out there. I'm sure most of you don't need to hear these disclaimers, so you can like fast forward if you want, but honestly some people need to hear it, and yeah, so I guess that's the most environmentally friendly way to do it, right? It's totally not me being lazy and not wanting to film 10 intros. So for this particular collection series, there may be a few things here and there that I decide to declutter. I did a very ruthless declutter back in December, so I don't think there are a ton of things in my collection that I'm just needing to get rid of. But there could be things here and there. I'm thinking especially in like the palettes, the lip products, there could be things that I want to get rid of. So if that's the case, I will be decluttering those potentially to friends or family that are interested in them. Please don't ask me to mail you used makeup. That's kind of weird. If there's anything that's unopened that I decide to declutter, I may send that to a friend who's just learning how to use makeup, or potentially donate to a shelter in the area, which is what I've done in the past a couple times. Yes, I am a makeup addict. No, I am not in rehab. No, I'm not going to rehab, and you can't make me. I do have a ridiculous collection. Nobody needs this much makeup. You don't need this much makeup, but I have it because I spend a lot of my fun money on makeup, and I am a sucker for packaging. So I probably have 200 very similar looking palettes, but the packaging is different, so in my eyes they're different. Who knows? Some of the stuff I may swatch, some of it I may not swatch. It's kind of hard to say. Yeah, but I'm filming this in the beginning, and I'm going to be going up to start filming this collection hopefully later today. So if I can get all of the videos filmed today and then edit them and slowly release them, that would be the best thing for me, I think. So yeah, I thank you so much for watching, and let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay. Alright. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be the last part of my series, and this is all of my eyeshadow palettes. And if you could see what I'm looking at right now, it is absolutely bonkers, bonkers, bonkers. I have way more palettes than any one person could ever possibly need, but I love it, and I just want to make sure that I go through and show everything that I do have, and then talk about if I want to keep it or not, because there are definitely some things in here that I think could have new homes and be very happy there. So without further blabbering, let's get started. So the first thing is that I have the two of the three Huda Beauty neon palettes. I do really like both of those. Yes, they are super hard to work with, but there are some shades in there that are really unique. So I do want to keep those and keep playing with them. The next thing is my ColourPop palettes, and I have a bunch of them. So let's see. I've got Peach, Mint, I've got Blow and Smoke, Main Squeeze, Orange You Glad, Strawberry Shake, ooh, It's My Pleasure, Blue Moon, Just My Luck, Honey, and the Mar palette. Somewhere in here I think I have the Going Coconuts too, but as far as like colorful monochromatic palettes, I've got almost all of them. Okay, some other colorful palettes that I have the NYX Ultimate palette. This one's really nice for on the go. And then the Ruby May Cosmetics Purple Kush palette, which looks, oh, you guys are catching all kinds of pictures right now. Just looks like this. Very nice palette, very enjoyable to work with. some other colorful palettes. I have the Dose of Colors Snow Angel palette, which I am going to hang on to. I have the Profusion Emeralds palette. This palette is awesome. If you have not tried this, you definitely need to go either to Walmart or to Profusion's website and pick this up and give it a try because it's really good. Jouer Tan Lines. This palette, I wanted to like it so much. I actually got it off of Mercari from somebody else who didn't use theirs. And I was so excited, like especially about some of these really vibrant colors. But I just feel like this brown is not deep enough. These vibrant colors are not vibrant at all. And these shimmers are just not shimmery enough for me. So kind of disappointed. Definitely going to let this one go. Then I have the Kaleidos Futurism 3. This is the VR Astro Pink. Super, super pretty color story. Definitely not going anywhere. Okay. I've got this Tardist Pro Remix palette, which I've been really kind of struggling to use. I can definitely get these three to work for me, but when I try to use some of these other shades, I'm kind of stumped. So I think I'll keep it for a little while, but I really want to work to try to use this a little bit more. Alright, and we've got some Juvia's Place here. None of these are going anywhere. This is the Saharan. This is the Festival. Come on. This is the Festival palette. This is Zulu. And then this one is the Magic Mini. These are all really, really great palettes. Definitely enjoyable to use. Definitely keeping them in my collection. This one is Moonspell by Lunar Beauty. The packaging is just ridiculous for this. I really love it. It's a gorgeous palette. Needs more love for sure, but it's a great palette. I'm happy to keep using it. I have the Hasina 2. This is by Blush Tribe, which is no longer in business. They've been renamed to Mayali Beauty. So this is that palette there. Very gorgeous. I have the Sugar Crystals palette by Violet Voss. It looks like this. Very, very pretty palette. I really do love using this one. I'm trying to get all my colored palettes, like colorful palettes first, but we'll see because some things got a little bit jumbled. This is the Nomad and Tokyo Harajuku palette. Come on. This is the Nomad and Tokyo Harajuku palette. Very, very nice palette. Very, very soft shadows. Really enjoy working with those. Definitely want to play with this one a little bit more and see what else I can do with it. This is Urban Decay Born to Run. This was a gift from a friend of mine. I really do enjoy it. It's more of like smoky tones. Okay. Next is the Womo Beauty Allure palette. This one is really, really pretty. I find the shimmers a little hard to work with because they're kind of gritty, but like these three in particular. But these mattes are smooth like butter, and this Lady of Gold shade is really, really gorgeous. Alright, we have the Celestial Thunder palette. This was a BoxyCharm special, and it's really pretty, but I think I have shades like this in other palettes, so I think this is one that I can let go. Surprised myself on that one. I wasn't expecting myself to do that. Alright, this is the Flower Beauty Jungle Lights collection. This is a really, really, really shiny, perfect palette. These shades in particular are like my three faves. This makes a great inner corner highlight. They're so, so buttery. I would highly recommend checking this one out, but get it on sale because it's almost $20. This is the Zodiac palette from ColourPop and Kathleen Lights. I still really do like this palette. I haven't reached for it in a while, but I definitely want to keep giving it a try. So I'm gonna work on this one. Then we have the Sugar Pill Volume 1. This is an absolute classic. I'm obsessed with these crazy colors, so definitely hanging on to this one. We have the Anastasia and Jackie Aina palette. This palette is fantastic, so definitely going to keep that one around. And then I also have the Riviera. I'm trying to get you all my colorful palettes first, although there's going to be a couple at the end because they're buried in a pile right now. And then I have the Masquerade. This was back when they made the giant versions of these palettes instead of the minis. I love these shades up here, and every time I wear them, literally every time I wear them, I get compliments on this palette, on my eye look. So definitely keeping that one around. And then we have the Morphe 35i. This is the first palette that I bought from Morphe, despite the fact that I think Morphe is like a horrible brand. I'm really excited to hear that they got rid of Jeffree Star. I'm curious to see what that actually translates to, though, since the wording on their tweet was a little bit odd. But this is the Icy Fantasy palette. It really does only work for lighter skin tones, but I think it's really pretty, and since I happen to be very fair, I am enjoying this palette a lot, although I don't like the pressed glitter in it. Okay, a couple other colorful things. This is the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette, and it's literally all shimmers except for this one matte right up here. Everything else is shimmers. It's very pretty. It needs some more love. Then I have, this is from Pastel Roses UK. This is their Unicorn palette, and when you open it up, it's a really, really pretty color story. I am enjoying playing with this, so I'll keep playing with it. Okay, I think for a little we're going to switch over to like pinky purple kind of colors, because that's kind of what's next on the agenda here. So I have the original Nabla Dreamy palette. This one is very, very pretty. Nice, soft, rose gold kind of shades. Very beautiful. I have Poison Garden. This one again, very pretty. I really like this nice bright blue, and I like this sort of multi-chrome iridescent shade. I have the Ace Beauté Scarlet Dusk palette. This was another BoxyCharm special. Very pretty palette. I do enjoy using especially these more berry tones here on the side, but I think using these makes very pretty looks as well. I have two Viseart Petite Pro palettes in here. I can't remember which ones they were, but I just popped everything out and put them into these because it was easier to kind of keep everything together. I have the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes. Again, gorgeous palette. It's one of those palettes that I feel like everybody kind of ends up with in their collection. For God's sakes. This is the Too Faced Peachy Matte palette. I feel like this is the one that everybody kind of ends up with in their collection at some point. Very enjoyable palette to use, and it smells like peaches. We have Anastasia Norvina. Super gorgeous, leaning cool toned. I really like these colors. I really enjoy using this palette. I have Modern Renaissance. I don't dip into this as much anymore, but I almost wonder if I should hang on to it for like comparison's sake. I don't know. We'll see. It might be time to let this one go as well. I have the Too Faced Naked Cherry, and I do really like this one. It's nice and berry toned. And I have Too Faced Naked Heat. I don't really get a whole lot of use out of this one. I feel like this is another one that I could easily let go of, were it not for the incredible cost. I don't know. I don't know that I'll ever go into this one again. Same with Modern Renaissance. I'm going to pull those off to the side. That's very surprising to me, honestly. Okay, let's do this bit next. So this is the Nabla Cutie palette. This palette is, of course, very cute. I do really enjoy this palette. Definitely keeping that one. Profusion Mauves. This is similar to the Emeralds one. Very good quality. Enjoy the looks that I put together with this. It would be pretty good for travel too because it's very sturdy. This is the Desi and Kitty Friendcation palette. Got this one on sale, which I was very happy about. I don't know why all of my blues are reading purple. I guess my white balance might be a little off, but this is a very nice palette as well. Definitely going to keep that one. This is the Midas and Smoky Glow collab. If you have not seen this, oh my gosh, I love this palette so much. This Dofa shade is everything. Group Chat is gorgeous. Leno is gorgeous. Everything else is top notch, but those are my like standout shades. Okay, this is the Colored Rain Queen of Hearts palette. I did get this one on sale and I was super happy to be able to pick it up. It's a very, very beautiful palette. The metallics in here are like nothing you've ever seen before. If you have not tried this palette, definitely pick it up. And then this is the Makeup a Murder Partner in Crime palette. I love this palette. Oh my gosh, these purples, these pinky tones, the black, this shade, I mean, they're all beautiful. I really, really love this. I did have a video very, very early on in my YouTube career, if you will, showing some looks with this palette, so that's something you could check out. Let me see if I can get us a little bit more light in here without being like too bright. We'll see how that works. Alright, this is the Too Faced White Peach palette. I've been hanging on to this palette for a long time because I really like this shade right here in particular, and again, this is another one of those peach leaning gold duochrome shades, but I think it's time to let this one go. I don't dip into it, and I think somebody else might be able to get more use out of it. And we'll do some. Okay, let's keep this train rolling here. So we have 3 Wander Beauty palettes. I have the Seascape palette. I have the Fling palette, which I think is my favorite of all of them. Fling palette. And I have the Rush palette, which is a little bit more warm toned. They're all super nice. I have this MAC custom palette that I put together, and the shades are really, really pretty, but I never reach for this, and I feel like maybe somebody else would enjoy at least trying their formula, so I think I'm going to pass this along. I have the Lorac Mega Pro 4. I loved the heck out of this when I first got it. Like, it's cool toned, it's got lots of different colors. These colors down here really spoke to me. This blue is gorgeous, but I never reach into this palette when I'm looking for shades like this anymore. I think I just have other stuff that I like better, so I'm going to pass this along as well. Alright, I have the Power and Colored Rain palette. You may have seen the face palette in my earlier videos. This is a really beautiful palette. It's definitely got some stuff coming out of it, but that's okay. This purple is like will change your life purple. I really love this palette and the looks I've put together with it. Okay, the Douce by Juvia's Place. Okay, I'm so sorry if this video is super choppy, but my camera is like sucking the most right now. This is the Douce by Juvia's Place. Again, super pretty. This is Strawberry Dreams from Lunar Beauty. Looks like this, very beautiful. And then this is the Wants palette from Emily Noel and Makeup Revolution. I haven't dug into this palette as much as I should, so I do want to keep it and give it a little bit more of a try, but it may not survive future declutters. I'm not sure. Okay, some minis here. This is the Violet Voss Sweet Violets palette. The Too Faced Berries palette. This is the Papaya Pop palette. Don't pay full price for those. You can definitely get them half price. This is the Ofra Galaxy palette. This my aunt so kindly gifted to me, and I really love it. This is the Blushing Berries palette from Dose of Colors. This is the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette. This is a Wet n Wild rose colored icon quad. It's like a rose gold kind of thing. It's okay. I think I might pass it along. I have other things that kind of meet this need. And then I have this melt stack, the She's in Parties stack. And honestly, I never use it. I don't love the quality. I don't think I need to hang on to this. This is the Melt She's in Parties stack. I don't think I need to hang on to this. It's not that great of quality. I don't know what Melt's doing, but I'm over storing this. So we'll take these out of here. This is the Dreamy Quad by Alien Cosmetics. When I saw this quad online, I really thought that the colors were going to be like super bold and vibrant. And when I actually got them, they were kind of just okay. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this palette yet, but I'm just frustrated with this brand. Alright, this is the Villains palette from ColourPop, Misunderstood. It is very, very pretty. I do like the fun nature of the inside of it. I like the colors. I love this. So I'm definitely going to keep this one. Sorry if you can hear my chair squeaking away, because you totally can. Okay, so I have these three quads from e.l.f. Definitely keeping those. I have these 4 Smashbox Trios. I think I might try to make like a shadow box or something out of these because I really do love the packaging, but I never use them as far as like eyeshadow palettes. Okay, I have the Berries by Juvia's, which looks like that. I have the Violets, which looks like that. And then I have the Queen Fumi palette, which I just got recently and really have been enjoying. So I have those 3. Okay, let's get into some cool toned stuff. I have this NYX Ultimate palette. I have these 2 little Smashbox palettes, which are nice for travel. There's this one. This one, and then this one. I think I might let those 2 go because I feel like I have so many other things that I like better. I have this Lorac Pro palette, which I still really enjoy. I have the Naked Smoky palette, which is really nice as well. And the Lime Crime Venus palette, Venus Immortalis palette, I guess I should say. As well as NYX Mystic Petals. This is an awesome cool toned blue-purple palette. I have the Morphe and Kathleen Lights. This is a long, long time ago. This is the first thing I ever bought from Morphe. It's okay. I think I'm ready to let it go, though. And then I have the KVD Vegan Beauty. This thing. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm not going to let that one go just yet. Okay. I have 2 different holiday sets that are both from Too Faced. Gingerbread Spice palette, which is really pretty. And then I have this whole face set, which has the bronzer and highlighter. And then it has 4 blushes. And then the bottom layer of it has all the shadows in it. I didn't get a chance to play with this a lot during Christmas, and I'm like a weirdo that only plays with Christmas makeup during Christmas, so these will be coming back around this Christmas. Alright, I have Revolution. This is that like bluish kind of palette. Very nice, good quality. I do enjoy playing with that one. I have the Copacetic Cosmetics Butterfly Kisses palette. It looks like this. It is gorgeous on the eyes. Absolutely love it. The Smoke and Mirrors palette from Revolution Pro. These colors are like no joke. If you're looking for a good baked formula, that's where it's at. The Nabla Cutie palette. This is the like wine kind of one. Very, very pretty. Love the looks I've done with that. This is the Mulan palette from ColourPop, which I purchased before the lockdown, and this is really, really pretty. Can't wait to play with that some more. I have the Nomad Antilles palette. This is so, so pretty. I love these blues, the yellow, and these purples. Ugh, gorgeous. I have the Kaleidos Escape Pod palette. I really do like this one. I got this at launch day. Come on. Autofocus, you little bitch. There it goes. Alright. Motherfucker. There's the Escape Pod palette from Kaleidos. Very nice palette as well. I have the Nomad Berlin Underground palette. This is like a neutral palette with a twist where it's like dark, grungy, and like rusty. I really like this palette. I think it's worth it. And then this is from Yes Glitters and Makeup by Abby, and it's the color kit, and it's basically your rainbow palette with a twist. You have some kind of shimmery shades down here. I definitely have been enjoying playing with that one. This Lorac Pro palette, it's the chocolate box. I can't decide if I want to keep it or if I want to gift it. It's really pretty colors, but I have so many neutrals that I wonder how much use I'll get out of this compared to somebody else who might get more use out of it. My God. Okay, this is the Tartelette in Bloom palette. This is pretty much the palette I take on every single vacation that I go on with my husband. This is the palette I take on almost every vacation I go on with my husband, so definitely going to keep that one. I have the Dream Me 2 palette from Nabla. Again, very, very pretty palette. Lots of shimmery shades in there. I'm a sucker for shimmery shades. I have this Fairy Tales book from Storybook Cosmetics. I'm thinking I might let this one go as well. I never dig into it, and honestly, the color story is okay, but I would have rather the Mean Girls palette by far. I have this Friends palette, which my friend Anna gave to me. Hi Anna, if you're watching. Come on. I have this Friends palette that my friend Anna gave to me. Hi Anna, if you're watching. And I've never actually touched it. It's more of like a sentimental thing to me that I won't ever get rid of it because I just thought it was so sweet of her to give me that. Alright. Then we've got a couple other things here. This is the Suva Beauty Rosé Period palette. Very pretty rosy toned palette. Definitely going to hang on to that one. I have the Glamlight Cake palette, which if you haven't seen what that looks like, it looks like that. Definitely hanging on to that one. I have the Morphe 39S You're a Gem palette, which looks like this. And I live for this cool toned corner over here. The rest of the palette could even fall off and I wouldn't care. But I'm definitely hanging on to that. That was part of a gift from a friend. Hi Francesca, if you're watching. Alright, and then I have this Revolution duo here. This is the Instinct palette and the Transformation palette. Fuck Alexis Stone for his nonsense that he's been pulling right now. But these are the Transformer shades that go with this palette. I do like this for some of the special effects work that I do, so I am going to hang on to it, even though I think Alexis Stone is terrible. Alright, and now we get into some of my singles. No, let's do my neutrals next. Alright, neutral palettes. This is the Opalescent palette from BH Cosmetics. I haven't played with this as much as I wanted to. I did like one look with it, so I need to try that one some more. This is the Too Faced Pineapple palette. Super, super cute. I do like that one a lot. the Vlada Smashbox Rose Gold palette. This one is very, very pretty. Definitely hanging on to that. This is the e.l.f. Cosmetics Mad for Matte 2. I really like the tones in this one, so I will keep that one. It's also great for travel. The ColourPop Going Coconuts palette. That's a great, great palette for some quick staple neutrals. I have the Milani Bold Obsessions. Again, same thing. Hang on to that. This is the NARS, I don't know, waste of money, Hot Nights palette. And it is really nice quality, but I just don't use it very often, which is frustrating for me. I have the ColourPop Sweet Talk palette. Absolutely love this palette. It's so, so nice. Love that, minus the glitters. Okay guys, we're going to keep going in this neutral vein. This is the Cute AF palette, or Yes Please palette, depending on what you want to call it. I have the Warrior by Juvia's Place. Looks like that. The Nubian 2 by Juvia's Place. This one has a really, really pretty color story, and this green is like, it just does not quit. I love that green. I have the two Lorac Unzipped palettes, the original, and then the gold, which reads a little bit more gold. Those are really nice. I have the original Makeup Geek and Manny MUA collab palette. This palette from Makeup Geek and Manny MUA, I really do enjoy. I got a lot of use out of this. I made some proof how this works. Alright, so the next thing is the Salt and Pepper Hot Cool and Vicious palette. I'm going to keep this around for a while longer too. Would like to get some more use out of that. The Violet Voss Essentials palette. It's nice, but it's like a muted rainbow palette. I feel like I've gotten what I need out of it, so I'm going to pass that along. Too Faced Chocolate Bar. This is the original chocolate bar. I love this palette still, so I'm going to hang on to that one. This is the original Naked palette. I'm going to hang on to this one. Come on, need you to autofocus here. This is the original Naked palette, so I'm going to hang on to that. The Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, definitely going to hang on to this bad boy. This is the BH Solar Flare. I'm thinking about maybe depotting some of these shades because I feel like there's a lot of redundancy here. But some of these shades, like, I definitely would like to keep. So I might look into seeing about depotting this one. This little Smashbox guy right here. The colors are nice. I might hang on to that one just for travel. Do I want to hang on to this? Yeah, whatever. This is the Pat McGrath Sublime Golden Opulence palette. This is the only Pat McGrath palette that I own, which I got on sale because her prices are bonkers. And it is a nice palette. I need to play with it some more. I don't get her little school supply thing. That's so weird. This is the ABH Sultry palette. This is the ABH Sultry palette. This is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous palette. Definitely want to hang on to this one. This is... Shut up. This is the Beauty Bakery Proof is in the Pudding palette. And it's nice. I just don't know when I ever would use it. Like, I've used it a couple times and it's okay, but I'm really into more like colorful looks right now, so I feel like maybe somebody else could get better use out of this one. And same with this one, actually. I'm going to let both of those go. Then here's the Nubian by Juvia's. This is a really nice palette. I do have most of the Juvia's palettes. So I am going to hold on to this one for now. The Too Faced Natural Lust palette. I really, really like the color story of this. Like, if bridal makeup was a palette, it would be this. For fair toned people, honestly, because for deeper skin tones, this is not where it's at. But I am going to hang on to this one because I do really enjoy using it. And then this is the Jaclyn Hill palette. This is before they changed the formula and made it horrible. I use this mostly for like special effects kind of stuff where I need a variety of different browns. I don't typically use this to make eye looks anymore just because I'm so irritated by Jaclyn Hill and all the horrible things she's done. But I am going to hang on to it just for those special effects occasions. And lastly, thank goodness we are getting into my singles. So I do not have tons and tons of singles left, but I will show you what I do have. These are some Looksy Beauty singles that I picked up. I do need to get some mattes in here. I would like to make sort of a matte metallic cool toned blue purple palette, so that's the kind of direction that's heading. And then this is a handful of random singles that I have kind of left over from different things. So I have those in there just sort of scattered. This is my curated warm toned yellowy green grungy kind of palette. I really like the shades in here. There's some ColourPop in here. There's some old Makeup Geek in here, which I do really enjoy. This is me in a palette. This is all ColourPop. This is pinky purple, some warm tones, some cool tones. I really, really like this palette. I think if I were going to go traveling somewhere, I would probably take this palette with me because the colors are just so perfect for me that I could get a lot of looks out of this. And then here's a couple other like random shades that I have from different companies over the years. This lovely palette, which was gifted to me by my aunt, holds my Sugar Drops collection from Divina Cosmetics. These are some Coastal Scents Hot Pots. I've got two JD Glow. These are the multi-chrome shades, and then two of their Galaxy shadows. And then these are just some random shadows that I have, I think, from ColourPop. And then this one I think is Makeup Forever. Gosh, that was loud. And then this. It's fitting that this is the last part of my video. This is my Cliona palette, and it holds all of my Cliona singles. It's so pretty to look at. These are all of my stained glass collection. This is the Woodlands bundle down here, and then these are some from the 66.5 Degrees North collection and the Witchcraft versus Alchemy collection that are up here in this kind of corner area. I'm definitely super excited to get more of these singles because they are gorgeous. And if you have not tried their singles, you definitely need to, and I highly recommend anything that comes in this shape pan is from the stained glass collection. Definitely check those out. Whew. So that is it. That is my entire makeup collection. The most recent part of this video that you saw was all of my eyeshadow palettes and singles. I want to thank you so much for sticking with me through what feels like 15 hours of footage. For me, it's been about 13 hours filming today, so I really do appreciate you sticking with me. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm going to catch you in my next video. Bye!